Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, I'm out on the back porch, got my jacket on. It's a little chilly out here today, but had a day off, figured I would try to get a review filmed and get some stuff out here, probably either for the end of the year or most likely beginning part of 2026. So on the channel today is actually a single barrel that I picked up at the end of January, and this is a single barrel from a store that's down in Maryland. So they are just south of Baltimore, just north of DC. And who I'm talking about is Angel Share. So Angel Share is in Gambrills, Maryland. They have an awesome store, awesome group of people. Sam and Bridgette that run things down there are just phenomenal. And they do some banger picks. I have not had a bad pick from them at all. And this one here is no exception. So went down to the store, was actually picking up a River Root single barrel, and got a review of both of those coming. And no, these guys have also done some picks with an NDP out of Nashville, and this is a Southern Collective bottle. Spoiler alert! And got to sample this when I was there picking up my River Roots, and I was like, damn, I wasn't going to buy another bottle. I thought I was done. I kept saying that all of the end of 2020, 2025. I thought I was done. I thought I was done. I felt like the Godfather. You know, you try to leave and then they pull you back in. That's my imitation. Anyhow, so this is a pick from Southern Collective. And again, they're an NDP in Nashville. And this is a single barrel straight rye whiskey finished in a maple cask. So it's a 111 proof. This bottle 7 of 75. So to me, unicorn, right? That's my opinion. This is 7-year 95.5 MGP. So can't get any better than that. So this is the bottle here, and they name all their bottles. So this is Maple Staple. And wow, I tell you, the maple finish on ryes, I think are phenomenal. I have a a rye finished 100 proofer from Baltimore Spirits. It's an epic rye that was finished in maple. That is outstanding. And then I have a McClintock that's their maple finished bourbon. That is also very, very good. But I think ryes in general do finishes way, way, way better than bourbons. So let me pop this here. Nice. You know what I noticed when I first opened this bottle? So Southern Collective, they use synthetic corks, but that's a tiny little stubber, as they would say. But does its trick, keeps the whiskey very nice, all that kind of fun stuff. And they have exquisite wax detail and everything, and pretty easy to get the wax off of there. Their tabs work really well. So get a little bit of this in the Glen, swish it around, talk about it, sip on it, and let you know what's going on. So again, Southern Collective is out of Nashville, Tennessee. I had an opportunity to go there 2 years ago and had an awesome time. My wife came in. I was there for work. She flew into Nashville, and the next day we were heading up to Kentucky, and swung by Southern Collective and met Tyler there. And then I forget the dog's name, but they have a ginormous dog. You walk in, you see this thing, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And it's the most sweetest dog you ever want to meet. Got there, had a few warm-up pours, and then went back into the barrel room, and I was like, this is incredible. Walked out of there. I actually brought 2 bottles, and I couldn't decide, and I got two 375s. One of them is actually a maple finished OZ Tyler bottle. And then the other one is also an OZ Tyler, but it's not a finish on it. And couldn't decide what I wanted and ended up getting 2 375s. So phenomenal place. And walking out of there as we're walking to the car, I go to my wife. I says, well, you're going to have to drive because there's no way in hell I'm getting behind the wheel of a car right now. And she was a little upset with me because we're leaving kind of later in the afternoon. She goes, great. I get to drive in Nashville in rush hour traffic to Kentucky. Thank you. So I'm just sitting here, just twirling this as I'm talking, and I'm looking down, and man, hopefully the camera's going to pick this up, but wow, it just coats the glass. There's a steady ring around the top, and I just love when you get a pour and you do that, you just watch that, you just know it's gonna be viscous, it's gonna be incredible, and it's gonna be fun. And know what makes me laugh? I do stuff outside, and it seems like every time I come out here to film or do anything, we've got dogs barking and we got airplanes flying. We are in the Dulles flight path, so I'm close enough to Dulles Airport. So every once in a while, we'll get jets coming in and out, but not too often. But there is a couple of smaller local airports that some of the smaller planes like to fly around. So I apologize for the crazy background noise. So anyhow, oh man, this bottle, I mean, it has that traditional 95.5 MGP, and it is a little bit on the traditional rye side of things, where it's got a little bit of that grassiness to it. And it's not something that I'm a huge fan of, but I got past the nose. As soon as I got this on the palate, I was like, wow. I said, nose was concerned, probably not going to buy this bottle. But once I had a sip of it, I'm like, okay, yep, I need to get a bottle. So this is just traditional rye spice, and then that layer of maple that is in there. And it's not overly sweet. The rye 100% shines through, but that maple just kind of mellows it out a little bit. And it's just a phenomenal nose. So let's, as I usually say, stop talking and start drinking. So here we go. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. So on the palate, this starts off that rye spice right up front. You know it's a rye. You get it definitely some spiciness, and then as it transfers to the mid palate, and then once you swallow it, it's wow. It is good. Has not a super long finish. I mean, it's still there, but it's not like one of those, like a bourbon, some of the bourbons that I enjoy and that kind of stuff, where it just lingers and sits there on your palate and you can just, it's just there forever. This has a good finish, but that maple is just very subtle. It's not off-putting. I've had a few maple pours where it's like you think you're sucking on a bottle of Aunt Jemima or Log Cabin or something like that from Vermont or from Canada. And this is definitely not that. Oh, and after a sip, the nose just opens up and just smells incredible. Man. So, final verdict. If you can find this bottle from Southern Collective, definitely get a sample. Definitely try it. They are doing some phenomenal stuff. And if you get, I think they're finishing pretty well as well. I mean, this is a 95.5 maple finish. It's perfect for this time of year. It's 111 proof, and I got that warming sensation and everything like that. It's just a good pour. This is something you can sit back with and enjoy, especially this time of year. Probably not something you're going to enjoy in the summertime. I don't know, maybe in a cocktail. Probably be very good in a cocktail. I don't do cocktails, but this is a very, very enjoyable pour, something that I like, and kind of wish I had a backup. But hey, I have the single barrel, sharing it with you guys, and that's all that matters. So appreciate everybody tuning in. You can let me know, have you had Southern Collective before? You know, have you had an opportunity to try something from Southern Collective? What'd you like? You know, are you in the Nashville area? Have you been there? I mean, it's just a cool place to go visit. It's a great vibe. Pretty cool outfit they got going on down there. So, as I always say, this is the West Virginia Bourbon Guy, reminding you that pours are always best when they're shared with friends. Cheers, everybody. Have a great one. Yep, that is freaking phenomenal. Well done, Southern Collective and Angel Share. Cheers, everybody.